you're an Aries born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of June 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So Aries, I see you letting go of baggage, letting go of things that you're no longer interested in or are no longer good for you or you no longer tolerate. So I just see like letting it go, just like letting it go. So I see you, I don't want to say quitting, but it's like stepping down, stepping back, reevaluating, really looking and seeing what's good for you, what works for me, what doesn't work for me. So the month of June is just going to be more of this. It's going to be more decision making on your process, more understanding how you want your life to look, and then being able to take action towards getting it. So in some ways, it's a really carefree, fun month in which you are the decision maker and you rip up things and you check off the boxes and you erase things. And it's just like this revamping, rechanging. Some of you may even find yourself redecorating your homes or and even kind of like whimsical, almost like, what? You're selling your car? You just bought that car. It's like I don't care. I feel like change. So I just feel like change is in the air, Aries, and you're just wanting change and you're going for it, and you should. The only thing you want to be aware of in this month is a couple things. Communication's a little bit wackadoo with people, so there's kind of like some hit and miss energy. So if it's something really important to you, you want to make sure that you're really clear in your communication, and you want to make sure that the other person has really heard you in the way that you intended. So make sure you double check communication again with people this month. And then also there's a real expansive energy. We have Neptune and we have Saturn kind of playing big roles this month. And Neptune is that energy of just carefree, open, erases boundaries. It makes you feel like everybody's one. And it really helps us to feel more expansive, more free. We don't really feel like we need to protect ourselves or anything like that, right? We just feel like open and we are one and it's all going to work out. And then we have the opposite end, which is the Saturn, the taskmaster, practical, get it done, make it happen, right? Let's organize this. And then you got Neptune coming in and breaking it up and going, no, I don't want to be organized. let's take all this apart, right? So there may be some push-pull with things that you're trying to create, and then somebody else comes in and you start all over. And it's just part of the process. So don't be stuck in it. Don't be upset about it. Don't be a baby about it. It's like, okay, whatever. So what? Like, it's all a learning experience. Have fun. Enjoy this kind of revamping that's going on in your work, your career, your business, your personal life, your wants, your desires. Everything is kind of like up in the air. And it's going to continue to be up in the air. So whatever's put together is going to take apart, and vice versa. Whatever's apart is going to be put together and taken apart again. So this is what June looks like. So if you know that going in, you're not going to be upset when the deal you put together blows up, falls apart, because it's going to be put back together again. All right, in a better way, in a more fluid way, and more importantly, at the end of the month, we have two things that are happening. On June 20th, the full moon in Sagittarius, it's also the summer solstice, which is the first day of summer, longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, and the exact opposite is the first day and the shortest day of the year in winter in the southern hemisphere. So, but all that means is it's huge energy coming in to help us manifest things. And at the same time, we have the end of June, Mars, which was retrograde, now goes direct, which means all the support you need for getting these deals done or these properties under contract or, the person hired that you wanted or, your stay in India or your stay in the Atlantic, on the other side of the Atlantic, that it all goes well, that things will stop falling apart, that, you're trying to get into school and you're getting yes and no's and all these rejections, and it's all going to come together. Okay, so whatever comes together falls apart. The roommate backs out and you get the job, and then the employer calls and says, I'm sorry, we're going bankrupt, we're not hiring anybody. It's all good, right? So whatever happens, it's meant to happen, and it's all good. One of the things that will help you, Aries, to go through this month of June is to remember that nobody can take your destiny away from you. Anything that you're meant to have is yours. It's going to happen. So if you're not meant to have that, it's going to fall apart anyway. So thank God, right? So you don't want to waste your time doing that. But here's the thing about this month is it can come back together because of these two planets, it can come back together. The biggest thing you want to use is your gut, right? You've got great instincts. You want to use your gut instincts this month, even more than logic, because the gut instincts are going to help you navigate these two planets that are creating this kind of mayhem with communication, breaking things down, putting them back together, and the continuum of that, right? So when you know that up front, it's easier just to let it roll off your back and go, I knew this was going to happen. Not a big deal. It's eventually going to happen the way it's supposed to happen with the right players, and I'm one of them, right? So that's how you want to set your mindset up for this month, and then just enjoy. You know, it is really, it's a really fun time of year, right? The first of summer, the first is winter. There's an excitement in the air. So you want to use that excitement to your advantage. Be carefree, have fun, go to work, but but when you're playing, play big, have fun, right? Don't put any boundaries on your enjoyment of this month. Just allow it to be and really take it in. Now, let's get specific for you guys. So in your personal relationships, for those of you that are coupled, what can you expect, Aries? You know, some of you are carrying your spouse, carrying your partner. It could be that either emotionally or financially, they could have had loss in the family. They could have had a career letdown. They could have their own health issue. And I feel like, Aries, you're carrying your partner. Some of you maybe be carrying. You may be the one who's had the emotional letdown, who's had the career change or the adjustment, and your partner's carrying you. So there is a little bit of an imbalance happening in your relationship. It's so temporary. It's going to be mutable. In other words, like, you're going to look back on this and go, that was nothing. It was fine. It was easy. In the moment, it's like, what the hell? This is all I want to say by August, this is all done, right? Because we have Mars coming in to help them. That's going to help move them forward too. So it won't just be you. So that's the good news in your romantic relationships. They are salvageable. The challenges you have are temporary. And your partner is so grateful, so in love with you, and there's this real gratitude. And for the ones that aren't, then you're going to be able to see that, and you'll be able to reevaluate it and do what's good for you. And you're going to have all the freedom to do that. And then for those of you who are looking for love, let's see what happens for those Aries. You're really, Aries, so for you, if you're looking for love, it's right in front of you. It's going to be very easy. You're not going to have to work too hard at being able to feel the connection. And that's, again, the power of Neptune, being able to help us feel one. So again, you want to use the instincts as to, like, is this the right one? You know, I can play with a lot of people. Do I want to be playing with you, right? So use that playful, fun energy and just kind of go with it. But listen to your gut so you don't go too far out of what's uncomfortable for you, because you may find yourself being pulled in directions that are unusual for you or different for you. And that's good, right? It's always good to spread our wings and to feel a little bit different or to experience life differently. But we also need to be able to know our limits and what's good for us. And so you want to be able to trust that within yourself too. All right, so let's look at your career and money for Aries. So there's some energy here that takes you right to the top that is it's all inclusive. You're right in the center of it. It's a good opportunity. And it just may take a little while for it to come together in the way that you want it to come together, okay? So I wouldn't be stressed about it. I would just allow it to happen. And when it happens, it's going to happen in the right and perfect time. All right. And that career and that money will all be there. So it's just, it feels like it's floating. You're going to have more, let me finish my thoughts here. It's going to be more grounded and more connected in July. So this month, again, is more about just kind of going with it, floating with it, and feeling strong with it. As far as your money goes, Aries, I feel like you're solid. Some of you may have, a little chip in your veneer, whether it's stocks or whether, you took a beating on a house you sold or you let something go at cost and you could have made more money on it. All in all, I feel like you're really solid, and I feel like you're really good. And you're going to start to see a replenishment in the months ahead. Maybe not so much in June, but in the months ahead, the more will be coming in. So it's kind of steady goes it. Don't focus on what hasn't worked. Put your focus on what does work, and that feels like that is going to help to make it grow. And then it feels like good opportunities that are coming in for you to be able to even manifest more. Okay, let's look at the unexpected, what you could expect this month. Okay, you know how sometimes you don't have the freedom to say no, and you feel obligated, and you have to say yes either out of friendship or out of duty or responsibility? None of that's going to happen this month. You're going to have all the freedom in the world to say no. Now, Aries, I know you more than other signs usually do say no. Like, you guys usually don't have a problem saying no. You're the leaders, you're strong, you're focused, but even some of you Aries have a problem saying no. And this month you're not going to have any problem saying that doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, I can't do that. It doesn't work in my schedule, it doesn't work for me mentally. And you're just going to have all this freedom to be able to say no, which is, I know for some of you, such a relief. And it's going to give you the opportunity to help you see how you have been setting yourself up in the past that doesn't work for you anymore. So this is going to be a new trend for you about starting to see kind of what works for you and creating yourself differently with relationships that you have. So let's say you volunteer a lot and you've become to the point where everybody depends on you and nobody else volunteers anymore. They just call you all the time. And so this is the month in June, you're going to be able to say, doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, I can't do that anymore. You're going to have to start calling other people, right? You're going to be able to do that without feeling any guilt, without feeling any shame, without feeling any blame or worry that, if you're not there, it's not going to happen. It's all going to disappear. So you can really feel and contribute the way that you want to, not out of feeling pressure or obligation. So that's going to be a really unexpected gift for Aries this month. Yay, Aries. All right. So have an amazing month, guys. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.